Welcome back to the channel, and we are back with my guy Barca Boy, and today we got an absolute banger because listen, we can talk everything Barcelona. Andreas ACL, who should Barcelona get to replace him? Barcelona's future striker Lamine Yamal, Joan García, everything. Listen, Barcelona, we're top of La Liga, but Barca Boy, what are you saying, my guy?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling, excited. We're top of La Liga going into the Christmas break, and hopefully it stays that way comes the end of the season.
Bro, listen, I'm not joking. Hey, you know what's funny, bro? Barcelona, it felt like we hit rock bottom. Like it couldn't get worse against Sevilla, PSG, Club Brugge. But you know what? I'm going to have to say thank you, Real Madrid. On this winter break, but you know what I call Real Madrid? The gift that keeps on giving. Because even when we got our problems, I look at them and they got players beefing managers. But we got Jude Bellingham, Federico Valverde having identity crises. But listen, guys, make sure to smash up the like, subscribe to me and Barca Volume. Smash up the likes and get down below if you agree, disagree on anything that we say, and also hype up the video because it's going to be a banger. But let's get straight into it because La Liga, Barcelona, regardless, an up and down roller coaster season, we are still top of La Liga. We are, listen, the defending everything in La Liga. Copa del Rey, Spanish Super Cup, La Liga. And right now, I'm not lying, we could do it again. Barca Boy, what are you saying about La Liga? Like Barcelona, have we been convincing? Like, would you say we are definitely the best team in Spain right now?
I would say so, yes, because it comes down to points on the board. It comes down to consistency. I don't think any team this season has won, more than 7 games in a row like we did. I think we're at a stage at the point of the season now where the table doesn't lie. You played every team once except for the one last game, which will be right after the Christmas break. By then, you would have played everyone once. So I think the table, the point difference is quite huge as well with 4 points. Not like it's a 1 point difference or we're ahead on goal difference. So I think the table is not lying.
Yeah, you know what it is with this La Liga, bro? Like last year's La Liga, I said I never seen anything like it because if you remember last year, we went up 7 points. Then we went on like a horrible run, right? And then Real Madrid, they were up like 7 or 8 points, something like that. And then they choked it again. Like I never seen a La Liga like that. I don't think that's gonna happen again, right? And I think Barcelona, I don't think we're gonna hit that type of bottom. And I do think we're improving. If you've seen our last couple games before like the last international break up until now, right? Bilbao in La Liga, we won 8 straight, bro. And look at some of these teams. Real Betis, they're good, right? Villarreal, they're good. They were one of the hottest teams in Spain right now. They got Atletico Madrid in that run. We beat them, and that was convincing. Athletic Bilbao, right? We beat them, and that was very convincing. First game back at the Camp Nou. This, you know what's funny? This run was supposed to be our hardest stretch. And to be honest, I would say it's probably our best performances. And even, Barca Boy, I said this with my guy, Barca Volume, right? The difference between us and Real Madrid, which is very important, is at our worst, we actually get a lot of dubs still, the 2-1s, the 1-0s. We are getting these dubs. Like even, okay, it's the UCL, but Frankfurt must win, getting that dub, right? The other day, Osasuna, I didn't think we played that one, got the dub, right? And listen, we seen it under Xavi, how important these nasty, ugly wins are going to be down the line in April. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. That's the biggest difference between us and Real Madrid for me.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is about winning games at Barcelona, the standard is quite different. It's not like at Real Madrid where all they care about is winning. At Barcelona, you have to win and play well. So yeah, always getting wins on the board is important, even when you're not playing well, because you can make up for the next game. If you're playing poorly every single game, but you're still winning, that's where the question mark comes in. But if you're playing poorly once you win, then you play okay and you play well and you're still winning, fans will forget about that. But yeah, I mean, of course, Real Madrid's downfall is helping quite a bit. And like you said, it's the gift that keeps on giving. We love to absolutely see it because they were, 5 points ahead of us, and now we're 4 points ahead of them, all due to themselves. Since El Clasico, I think they only have like 2 wins in La Liga where we've won all of our games. So it is very convincing for Barcelona. We kept our heads up following that kind of down period in October. Last October was one of the best Octobers of my life. And then this past October was the worst October of my life. But we, managed to get out of it quite convincingly.
Bro, you know what Real Madrid are, bro? It's like when you're a kid and you're complaining about this and that, and then your mom tells you, hey, look at that person, like he doesn't even have this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, I'm sorry, Madrid fans, but I had to say it. But I do want to move off of La Liga, right? I think I'm gonna just say this right now. I think Barcelona in Spain, domestically, all 3 competitions, I think we're legit. I think, listen,
Of
regardless
course.
with the defensive issues, I agree. We do have problems. We're not the perfect team. I think we still can get better and grow into the season, right? But I have to be honest, right? I think in the UCL, it's completely different, bro. I think that if I'm being honest, bro, and I want to hear your thoughts, Hafed, the UCL, I'm very nervous, bro. Last year I wasn't nervous. I was saying I want all the smoke, man. See, people say that the easy draw helped us last year. I agree, but I also think if we got a hard draw, I genuinely thought we were good. Who cares? Like this year, I'm not gonna lie. If we get an easy draw, UEFA, Jan Laporta, thank you very much. Because I think the top teams in Europe, I still have question marks, bro.
Yeah, for me, I don't see us making any progress in the Champions League. There's a 43% chance that we don't get top 8. There's a 43% chance that we get into the top 8, which means you're going to have to play that extra knockout round, which is extra 2 games on the schedule. I've seen us get the best draws, the easiest draws, the worst draws, better side of the bracket, second leg at home, second leg away. We've seen it all. It's been over 10 years now. Until the team wins it, I'm going to have zero expectation. I would bet good money that Barcelona will not win the Champions League. If we get past the quarterfinals, I'll be shocked. If we get a semifinal, I don't want to, gas up failure, but that low-key would be a success in my opinion to go back to the semifinals. And when you're at the semifinals, anything can happen. We've seen, Dortmund get there and get to a final and stuff like that, which is not trying to look at the silver lining. I don't think we'll win the Champions League.
Barca, boy, you know what it is, bro. You know what it is, bro. Like, I hate saying we won't win the Champions League, right? Like, especially early on. Barcelona teams, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Like, I was saying this. I genuinely hate that I think I've seen the light early on the season. That I genuinely hate it, because at least with some Barca teams, like, for example, 17-18, I didn't know we were fraudulent. Like, I thought we were legit until we weren't. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I hate that I feel like we won't win. And, like, I feel like I've seen it already, but you know what? Who knows, bro? Like, that at the end of the day, right, I agree with you. I think this team is probably going to be quarters, but, hey, if we make another semis, right, I did say this when Hansi Flick came through. Obviously, I want him to be the manager that wins the UCL, but I do want to do, like, what, like, Bayern were doing the last 10 years of, like Bayern Munich, they're always in the semis every single year. If you're always in the semis every single year, you're going to win one eventually. That's what I want for Barcelona. If we can at least make another semifinal, I think that is somewhat progress. Back-to-back year semifinals, bro. Broski, we're in the Europa League. Like, say alhamdulillah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, we can't gas it up too much. Yeah, we talked about quarterfinals last season being the bare minimum with the investment that we made and how we kind of need the money to progress forward. Same thing this year. Quarterfinal money. The difference between the quarterfinal money and the round 16 money is dramatic. But the quarterfinal, semifinal money isn't that big of a difference. But this team, they talk the big game. They talk about Champions League, this Champions League, that. Everyone in Barcelona knows that we are desperate to win a Champions League, whether it be the players, the staff, the board, the media. Everybody knows this. So it's kind of like you said, we'll wait and see what happens. Anything can happen. But with us playing that extra 2 knockout game, we got the easiest bracket of our lives last season, and we still crumbled it. So. And we had the only down part about that bracket last season, we had the Inter game away second leg. But look at the Dortmund game. We beat them 4-0. We think we're cruising, and then that second leg was a bit dodgy. I think that was our first loss of 2025. That second leg in end of March. So I'm going to that game thinking, there's no way we're gonna ball it. And there was a good 10-minute period where I thought, holy shit, we're actually gonna ball it. Like, we were down 2-0 at halftime. They needed 2 more goals in the second half. They were pumping left, right, and center. A lucky own goal from a Fermin cross, which brings calm into it. But again, this team is very, very fragile. I think unless a miracle happens in the window and we sign someone that we need to sign, and then we get better.
What is though, Barca boy? I have to say it right now. We're both watching Joan García. Brother, you're not saying Barcelona can be the worst team in the tie and still go through because of Joan García?
I just saw a tweet before we recorded saying that if we had Joan García last season, we probably would have won the Champions League or been to the final anyway, which I can't agree with because I think Tech, after February, not even that. After February, when he had that great performance against Benfica, he was so mid. I don't remember him pulling off more than 2 or 3 good saves in all the games we played the rest of the season. But this team is more than we had Messi. Right? So you talk about Joan Garcia
Yeah.
and goal. We had Messi and we still couldn't, do it. Messi carried this team 1 week away from winning a trouble, and he still couldn't do it. And at that
Bro,
time,
do
Ter Stegen
not
wasn't even
listen.
that bad in goal.
Bro, do not remind me of that week, broski. I legit, you know what I'm saying? Like 2019, bro. That's like low key when people say like, why didn't you get sad about like the Inter game? But I'm numb to that Liverpool game. I'm like, I can't. Like, I don't feel pain when Barca lose. Like unless if it's like an El Clasico. But in Europe, bro, ever since that, bro. But this is not one of the topics, bro. Let's get off of this. You know what I'm saying, bro? Barca boy. I do want to shift some gears though, right? And listen, it's some bad news, right? Andreas Torres ACL. He's going to be out for the season, very likely. And Barcelona, there has been some rumors of us going into the market, right? And I was going to say, like, I made a video, and basically, if you guys haven't checked it out, right, check that one out. But basically, I said Barcelona, I'm not going to expect too much from the board in January. Bastoni in January is a madness, right? Schlotterbeck in January is just unrealistic. But I said, get a prospect. Get me a 10 mil signing in January that at least we can see out the season. Araujo is coming back. People don't even trust him. But let's say Araujo is a backup. Cabarsi, I want him to rotate. I want that center back to like be a rotational piece also. And I think Gerard Martin, hot take. And this is crazy because I'm one guy who's doubted Gerard Martin the whole time he's been at Barcelona. I think he's locked down his position. I generally do. But I said I want Barca to just get. Well, why are you laughing at that, bro? I'm not joking.
The fact that Gerard Martin is starting for Barcelona, we're talking about winning the Champions League, is crazy in my opinion. But I can see your point. He has played well. I'm not taking that away from you, but I think he's not a long-term solution. And like you mentioned, with Christian, partially tearing his ACL and being out for 4 or 5 months, someone needs to come in. And since his injury is longer than 4 months, if you submit the injury report to La Liga Medical Committee, you can use 80% of his salary to bring in a replacement. Now, Christensen, he came in for free, so he came in on quite big wages. I think he came on like 110,000 euros per week. So that's 80,000 euros a week contract that you can use to register and use that space. So there's some decent options out there. Of course, the rumors have been flying in the past week since the board kind of said they kind of waited. Flick said after the Villarreal game, I'll talk with Deco and see what we can do. And now we're hearing that the Barcelona are going to try. So they're going to see what the options are out there. They can fit it. If maybe Ter Stegen goes out on loan, the Liga Medical Committee approved the FFP salary margin space to be used for Christensen, then we can bring someone in. So the names have been flying. I've seen some decent options. I've seen some pretty, poor options as well. So time will tell if we can bring someone in.
Bro, that's why, Loki, I want a prospect that can actually grow, bro. I'm not trying to get like some old brother that's past his prime.
No, I agree with. I don't think we should be getting someone young like 18, 19, 20.
Not
but
18, like 21, like something like that.
I still think that's too young because this team is so young. You need some experience. So the latest report is that they want to bring in someone with leadership skills. So I feel like they kind of want to bring in an Inigo 2.0, but a little bit younger than Inigo because, of course, Inigo was like 32, 33 years old. We've been linked with a lot of, people in their mid-20s and then their, mid-30s as well. We were linked with Otamendi and De Vrij last night.
Otamendi is not... He's not good, bro. I'm telling you.
Whoa! Don't disrespect my boy like that. I wouldn't sign him. I wouldn't sign him. But he's very much like come for 6 months and leave, which is not what we want, right? We want someone with a bit of a future in him, whether it be like 2 to 4 years or 4 to 6 years. You want something there. Of course, De Vrij is idiotic. I think he's like 35, and he's like short term as well. But yeah. Long term, you talked about long term. Of course, the ideal scenario in the summer, if we can, have some money, I think the best option out there would be Bastoni, elite defender, left footed as well. That's for me the big thing. You have to bring a center back that's left footed.
Well, hold on. Wait, so I was gonna legit ask you, right? Like, who would you want as like a long term center back? So you're saying you want Bastoni as the long term center back if money wasn't really a problem and you're Jan Laporta?
It would be Bastoni for me, yeah.
Okay, for me, I'm going to be honest with you. I would take Nico Schlotterbeck. I think he's better. I think with this system, I'm not going to lie. I think, as pure defending, I think Bastoni's better. But I think Schlotterbeck's a good defender. Listen, the guy in our system, I'm telling you, bro, I've watched Borussia Dortmund highlights. This guy was on corner kicks. His passing is legit. Like, you know how mad that is? I've never seen PK Mascherano take corners. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this guy for Barcelona, as a Barca defender, like, we watched PK. We watched Inigo last season. Passing matters, bro. Pau Cabarsi came in, was doing madness, bro. Like, passing actually does matter as much as it's one of the reasons why Araujo's downfall legit happened. Let's be honest, that PSG goal, that red card, but people forget the tackle. It happened because of a forced misplaced pass. So passing matters, bro. And I think Nico Schlotterbeck is a good defender, good passer. His contract's ideal. And I think he's really good. And he's a leader, apparently. So, no, you disagreeing with that?
I think the one thing I don't like about Schlotterbeck is his injury record. He's very, very injury prone. He's been out injured, I think, 3 times this year. I think he missed like the final 2 months of last season. So he's basically a Dani Olmo at center back. I wouldn't say maybe as injury prone as Dani Olmo, but he's basically a Dani Olmo at center back. That's the reason why. They're both the same age. So you can't really factor in age as part of your argument. I think that Bastoni has played at the elite level for a longer period of time, whether it be for Italy or getting to Champions League finals with Inter Milan on 2 different occasions. I just think that Bastoni is, a complete defender. I think Schlotterbeck is fantastic. If there was no injury problem with him, I wouldn't mind either of them. I think they're both great options.
I'll be honest with you. The reason why I don't want Bastoni is this simple, okay? The reason is because I think Schlotterbeck comes in, no doubt he works. I think Bastoni comes in, I think it's like a 60% chance he works. The thing is that Inter Milan system and our system is so different that I think that's huge, bro. Like, and he even like if you watch him even with the national team, he kind of plays this left back type of role where he like ball carries. I don't know, bro. Like I think Bastoni is really good. I just don't know if Hansi Flick's Barcelona is the right team. Maybe under a different manager, 100% I could see it. But under Hansi Flick, I think Schlotterbeck is just the safest bet. But I agree with you, injuries. But I
would say with Flick as well. With your point with Flick, Flick is gonna be here another season max. So there's no long term with Flick as well. I personally think that Flick will leave at the end of the season. I've been saying that since we had our success last season. End of this season. That's what I feel in my opinion.
Hold on.
He's very much like a 2-season kind of guy. He wants to make his mark, make his legacy and dip. He doesn't want to, hinder it by risking it going through another season. That's just how I feel it, especially when he came in last season at the beginning before our success and everything. I said I see him being here for 2 seasons if things go well. That's just like the persona that he gives out, whether it be his time at Bayern or Germany. Very much come, have your impact, and then leave. Don't want to tarnish your name and things like that. So the board are trying to keep him this day. Maybe he'll be persuaded this time because he likes the atmosphere and the culture at Barcelona, but I think that he'll finish this season, maybe like best case scenario, do the next season. That's it. I think into 27, he won't be the manager. So, and that's going to be our own focus. So I think with Schlotterbeck, not only do you have that, ability and the connection with the manager as well, but again, the issue for me is just the injury record is bad, bro. It's bad. Like we're touching like broken glass of Dani Olmo, Ousmane Dembele type. Like it is bad. And I'll guarantee you at some point this season when all the Barca fans right now are hyped up about him, including myself as well, he will get injured at some point. So he is fighting for a contract and fighting for reputation, so he might be a bit fitter, but the injury record is so bad. So that's why I favor Bastoni more. I think Bastoni also as well has competed at the highest level for a longer period of time as well. Way more experience. Been with the Inter team since he was a young kid. Now he's entering his prime. So I feel like he's a more complete defender than Schlotterbeck. I would take either. But I would definitely
you know what? I'll say both of them. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Both of them should want to come because Nico Schlotterbeck, right? With all due respect, you're at Borussia Dortmund. Are you trying to win? Like real talk. Like and his contract. I'm not joking when I say this, bro. Right? And with Bastoni, I don't think Inter, I'm not going to even disrespect Inter. They've won a lot of trophies, but bro, I think it's just the end of the road for Inter Milan. You make it 2 UCL finals, right? That team was very aging. The manager who was legit turning like water into wine, the guy who was cooking up is not there. Inzaghi's not there anymore. I think it's just the right time for Bastoni to leave, right? I'm not going to even disrespect Inter like that, right? So I do think both of these guys, if Barcelona are serious, I think they would want to come. And we've seen Bastoni, man. This guy's legit dancing for Barcelona.
It might come down to who's cheaper, We have to talk about the price as well. What if, Dortmund asks for, 60 million for Schlotterbeck, then Inter asks for 100. Then you're like, okay, 40 million difference. Let's deal with some injuries with Schlotterbeck as well. So price is going to be a huge factor as well because Bastoni's locked down until 2028. I think Schlotterbeck has a contract until 2027. So he has 1 year less on his deal, so he should be relatively maybe cheaper on that end. He is saying to Dortmund, I don't want to renew my contract. So he that Dortmund, the best time to get value for him would be to sell him this summer. So price, we know that Barcelona not broke, but don't want to be spending money left, right, and center. So price will also have a huge impact as well.
I'm not gonna lie. Listen, bro. This 1-to-1 rule, like Barca boy. When's it gonna come through, bro? It's been 2 years, bro. This is, bro. If it's me or you, like delaying on like a video or stream, I hear it. But bro, this is, bro. They legit announced the 1-to-1 rule this summer. Like, remember that week it happened, and then, bro, like it just didn't happen. But nah, I do want to move off of the center back. Listen, that was a solid debate, bro. But I do want to talk about the striker, right? The striker market is absolutely dead, right? At least at center back, we have some decent options. It's just about the money, the price. What is the better deal? At striker, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It's so peak because for me, I generally don't know who I want, and I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna ask you who do you want, but the little caveat is no Erling Haaland and no Julian Alvarez, because those are so obvious. Every Barca fan, if I ask them who do they want, Alvarez, Haaland, of course I want Haaland too, bro. But like, let's say no Haaland, no Alvarez, semi-realistic. Who would you want as Barca striker to replace Lewandowski?
Yeah, I don't know if you like my answer or not. Like you said, like Erling Haaland is not possible. Julian Alvarez, it's not really the profile that Barcelona want. Also, I thought they're gonna ask for crazy money. For me personally, I'll go for Harry Kane. He has a 65 million euro release clause. He's got 2 or 3 years left in him. We're gonna be buying him the same age that we got Lewandowski for. Lewandowski got what? 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons out of him. Prolific goal scorer.
Hold on. I'm sorry to cut you off, but broski, okay. When we're doing the Lewandowski thing, how many elite years did he give us? Like, I'm not trying to even disrespect him because we're looking forward with Kane in the same idea. Like, I'd say last year was elite.
Lewandowski, bro, is our 6th top goal scorer in our history.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like he came in and did nothing. He's reached 100 goals. He's had 30-plus goals in all 4 of his seasons. Even that Xavi season where he got when Xavi, left and Lewandowski was shit. He still got 25 goals. I think 30 GA that season. And Harry Kane is better. Maybe you could argue is better than in build-up play. He's still in his prime. He's performing high level for England. He scored 100 Bundesliga goals in 2 seasons as well. Imagine what he'd do for Barcelona. Again, I agree. The age is not popping the way we like it. But like you mentioned, the striker market is dead. So it's either a Harry Kane. So you got 2 to 3 years at Harry Kane. We'll get so much marketing from him. He's got the England market as well that we can exploit. Prolific striker, fantastic in build-up play, elite on penalties, elite goal scorer. And the best part about him, he has a 65 million euro release clause. So that way there's no negotiation with buying. We spent 40 on Lewandowski. So you're paying, about $20-25 million euros more, a few years later, which I get maybe the price is a little bit high. But for what's available out there, there's nothing. I think Osimhen is going to be costing more, so I'd rather get Harry Kane. I don't rate Guirassy to come in as a striker. Really don't want Ferran Torres in the line on a consistent period. Ete Young, way too young. If you bring him in, it's going to be him and Ferran Torres. That means Ferran Torres is going to be starting week in, week out, which I don't want. Who else have we been linked with? I feel like Harry Kane's the best option.
Bro, you know what? I hear it, bro. Like, listen, I know a lot of fans, so some of them are saying Harry Kane's the best option. I'm not going to disagree, but I just don't really like the option. Listen, don't get me wrong. Harry Kane is a baller. Harry Kane has got everything you want as a Barcelona striker. I'm not even joking. He's probably a more complete footballer than Lewandowski. I'm not even joking. Like, this guy's really good. He's going to have less games. He's ghosting. The guy, bro, he's not going to forget how to shoot. He's so quality. His finishing is elite, right? But my thing with Harry Kane is that I just don't know how many years, genuinely, I don't know how many years we're going to get out of him at the top supreme level. That's my one question.
But then my one answer to that is that we thought the same thing with Lewandowski. Oh, he gave us maybe 1-2 seasons, maybe 3. And now he's out 4 now, and he wants to go for a 5th. Even if you get 2 or 3 seasons out of Harry Kane, which I think is the minimum, which I think he can definitely give you, you're getting 2 or 3 seasons of what, 40 or 50? I'm going to say let's be a bit generous. 30 to 40 GA, so 80 GA over 2 seasons, like guaranteed.
No, I agree. No, that's why
with prime Lamine Yamal, prime Raphinha, Olmo in his prime, Frankie and Pedri going into their prime as well. So he's got prime youngsters and players in their prime behind him, feeding him balls and behind. Look at what he's doing now with Bayern Munich. Before, if you look at last season when maybe their team was a bit older, they didn't have Luis Diaz and Elise really settled in. He has Thomas Muller behind him, and Gnabry and a mid Kingsley Coman and a mid Leroy Sané. He's still bagging goals left, right, and center. So I think even in Spain, he can at least stat pad. And in the UCL, who knows? I know he has a bit of a loser mentality since he hasn't really won that much in Europe or for his country, and even for himself, he has one Bundesliga title to his name. But in terms of what's on the market for the price, I think he's the best option. But what's your name?
Okay, okay. Before I give my name, guys, right? Because honestly, I don't have a name. It's kind of boring because I don't like the option. No, okay, I'll give you a name. But my thing with Harry Kane, okay, is that it's once against that age. Hear me out. Listen. You compare it to Lewandowski, right? But Lewandowski sleeps in the gym. His wife is a nutritionalist, bro. Like, this is different. This guy, I'm not joking. This guy is like, bro, he's the first one in, last one out type of guy. Like, that's been him, bro. I don't know if Harry Kane is even the athlete of Lewandowski. Like, I know it sounds stupid, but no, real talk in football, people age differently, right? I think Lewandowski, just his work ethic, he bought himself an extra 2 years, like at the top level. I don't know if that's going to happen with Harry Kane. And listen, once those legs go, it goes. Like we saw with Luis Suarez, right? His final season at Barcelona, I know he did go with Atletico, but there was a dramatic decrease, right? So that's my thing with Harry Kane. Even if you're a great player, are those legs going to go? If he gives me 2 seasons at bare minimum, I'll take it. And he's probably my favorite too. But it's not like I like anybody else. I will say this though, right? I think that Barcelona need to scout like somebody, right? I know the fans won't really like it. The Eta Young guy, I don't know if he's good enough. But listen, one guy I will say is if we get a good deal, I don't hate Garassi. That's my hot take. If we get a good deal, no, hear me out, Barcelona. I know you don't like it.
I hear it.
No, hear me out. If it's like 35, 40 million, right? 40 even plus 5. I don't hate it. He's better than Lewandowski.
I don't hate it too, but like Dortmund want like 60, 70. That's my problem. So he's the same price as Harry Kane pretty much.
If he is, then okay. If it's same price, obviously I'm gonna go with Harry Kane. But I'm saying if it's like 40 million, max 45, I wouldn't hate Garassi. I think Barca fans he's gonna be like a player that like we all disrespect, but then when he plays football for us, I actually think he's gonna be decent because, and I'm not trying to glaze Garassi, no Garassi hype, but bro, the guy's legit Lewandowski, but he's more athletic, and I think he's slightly better on the ball, like that's what it is, and he's got more juice to him. Like he scored a hat trick against us, bro. Like he's not a complete bum, but I agree. I'm not trying to glaze the guy, but there's not options, bro. Deco and Laporte got to do their homework, bro.
I hear you. That they may end up keeping Lewandowski for a year. That also could be an option as well, which I hope really isn't the case. But if they do that, can you and I really argue against it? We're struggling to replace options. So if they want to keep Lewandowski for an extra year, are we really in a position to say no to that? But I think that for the price and what you can get, I think Harry Kane is it. Again, with Garassi, you mentioned obviously half price. Get him, of course. That definitely makes sense. But when they're both quoted the same price, I think it's good. And with Harry Kane release clause, which means that you can just pay it, no negotiation, nothing like that. You do have to pay it in full. But I still think Harry Kane is the best.
All right, the last thing I want to speak about real quick, right? That Spanish Super Cup, right? Real quick, okay? Do you think Barcelona get it? Because I think, listen, I already said domestically, I think we should win everything domestically. There's no real excuses. That Spanish Super Cup has actually been a huge boost in the last couple of years. Real Madrid won it. They ended up with La Liga and the UCL. We won. We did the domestic treble. When Xavi won it, he won the La Liga, and I think that was a big moral boost for a young squad. So, listen, do you think Barcelona got a real chance at winning the Super Cup?
I fully agree with what you've been saying. I've been seeing this a lot on different shows and other people's videos. I think the Super Cup is absolutely huge, and I do think we win it. Yes, I do hope that Atletico can do us a favor, knock out Real Madrid. But I do think Barcelona will win it.
Bro, I can't lie. If we get Madrid, brother, I'm here for the smoke, bro. Like
I'm bored, man. Classical final every Super Cup year. I'm bored.
Nah, I hear it. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this fire collab. Bro, me and Barca boy, we're moving like Messi and Neymar, bro. We're moving like Lamine Yamal and Raphinha, guys. So guys, smash it like, subscribe to my channel and his. I guess this is like a winter special collab, right? And I'll see y'all soon. Peace. Let me know if you agreed with the Garassi take. Kane, right? Bastoni, Schlotterbeck. I'll see y'all soon in a bit. Peace. Visca Barca.